So this is probably one of the most important videos that I want to share with you. And for the last 6 years I've been trying to tell you something. I've also been trying to figure it out myself, trying to put the jigsaw pieces together. Because all those years ago I didn't even know what was going on, or what I saw, or what I was trying to tell people. People just probably thought I was going mad or going crazy. Some people might stumble across my videos and think nothing of it. But if I'm not here today, what if I wasn't here today or tomorrow or next year, then there'd be a question mark. And people would be like, he was really trying to tell us something before he went. What was he trying to tell us? What is it? And today I just wanted to retell a story. And it's about things are not what they seem. It's a fascinating story. You could say over the few years as well as is that I've made traumatic changes and my ego is just completely flattened. I've got like a little bit left, but it's down, it's virtually gone. I've dropped everything because of something that I went through all those years ago. I'm going back 6 years ago now, and there was a lot of messy things going off in my life. And there was a little drug that came in called khat. And talk a little bit about the khat first. It's called the khat plant, and having a good read about it, the Ethiopians call it a divine meal because they chew on the leaves. In this country it's obviously shipped over, the leaves are dried out and then crushed into powder, but it contains obviously another compound which is CATHINONE. And this drug came into my life at the right time when I was going through the fucking shit bit, I tell ya. On that drug itself, I got together and congregated with many different people from all walks of life, and going on a sesh with them people for 3 to 5 days. I felt like I just belonged there. I belonged here, and there was no time. Time had just vanished, and 3 days was like, whoa, has it really been 3 days? And I was in that world for quite some time. So if I was very comfortable with the people I was around, I was happy. And listening to everybody's stories who were talking about what they want to do. So I find that quite interesting, to be quite fair. So a very mysterious little drug that came into play anyway, and it disappeared as well. As quick as it came, it's disappeared. I don't even hear about that drug anymore. But I do know when that came in, it was like an epidemic. Everybody was on it. I met people everywhere on that fucking drug. Everywhere, all walks of life. Some great people I met. And it really did drop a lot of ego. Everybody was just cornered into one room, 3 days, 5 day sessions. And it was like, oh shit, we've got to go home. We didn't want to go home on this drug. It was like we was part of something. And we was all talking and chatting, and not like you do when you're having a drink with alcohol, you get louder, your ego jumps out and then you start fighting or whatever, or I am. It wasn't like that. It was like it minimized the ego, and everybody had like a sense of belonging, and you could feel, it felt love, it felt nice, it felt loved and nice. The music, fantastic. I've already explained about this, about the music. The music on that was, it made me like shit music, even today. I appreciate quite a lot of things. I appreciate a lot of things, I appreciate a lot of music from that drug itself. It's like, I just flowed into that, into the music. So my cogs started changing on this drug, and I started seeing stuff on it, and I thought, hang on a minute, what the fuck's going on here? So here I am, my ego's lowered, I'm kind of like completely open-minded anyway to everything, and I think this is why I saw stuff, because of this. I was accepting it. I don't know if anybody's ever been alone while I've been quite high on that drug, but I remember sitting there, and the more I was sitting there, I was dragging all these people through. They're coming in waves, and it was coming in a fingerprint form. It could have been deceased people for all I know, but there was like hundreds of them in my living room all the way in and everything. And the more that I accepted it, I got cold. I was freezing fucking cold all the way around me. And the more colder that I got, it was, these formations was coming more and more clearer. That's one thing that I did see. But then I noticed above my head, and there was a cloud of faces, face formations, like they was protecting me over my head. A great clump of them could be moved like a liquid. But they were there, they had eyes, there were faces, and they was just flowing across my head like they was backing me above my head, like there was some kind of angels or something beautiful, something nice. I could feel it. It was nice. And my living room was full of people, probably deceased people, probably people from the past or the future, I don't know, but it was in my living room, and it was very detailed. People just walking out the door, sitting on my settees. It was immense. So this is just the start of the story. So don't ask me why. I started writing everything down on a piece of paper, writing what I was seeing. And then my thoughts, which are not coming from me, they're coming from somewhere else. And they was trying to tell me, let's try and find a way of capturing what we were seeing. So it started off with a sunglass lens being fucked out of my face and looking around stuff. Yeah, there was some stuff there, but I'm not going to go really into that. It wasn't until I put the sunglass lens over an iPhone 5 camera, and then obviously stuff was coming more to light when I was under the influence. And here I was writing more stuff down, and I was thinking of new ways of trying to capturing the stuff that I was seeing, because I was seeing quite a lot of stuff. You could pick up like a sea rock, and you can put it under the phone now and you won't see anything, but when you're high and you put it under an iPhone 5 with a camera lens and you're out your mind, you will see thousands of different faces on there, and they're big, small, whatever, and it's alive. You just don't know what it is. It's something, and that's everywhere. And we're going to get more to this story in a minute, because this is where it all folds and connects together. So here's the biggest absolute twisted bit of the story. Is there I was gliding this phone across the floor, gliding it, taking pictures of things and doing videos of what I was seeing. And then at the top I noticed something in black, in squares, was going slowly over the phone, taking over the photograph slowly. I was like, what? I was like, do you see this? Do you see this? And I was with people that actually seen what was going on. But they ain't gonna come forward anyway, which is fair enough, because it's weird, and because it's a strange story. And what they were doing with the photographs is they was taking them, returning them later on, and there was more blurred out, so you couldn't see what was there. Very clever, very, very clever. I just couldn't stop. Everyone was continuing to get fucked off the drug, and I was getting dragged out on a Thursday night or a Tuesday night, and I was paying for their drugs, and I was taking little bits and I was using it as a tool to try and capture what I was seeing. So there I was, and then I glided the phone again over the settee, and this is the biggest one ever yet. And this is the biggest truth that I was trying to say, is that I glided it over the settee in some way. The phone just went crazy. Something green was shooting down the phone. It went really weird, like it was chasing something, and something opened up on the phone. I'm not going to tell you what was around it, because I still don't know. I'm not going to say what's around it, but it has something to do with the birds. But it was a portal, and I could see my eyes on the other side, and I was looking. I was like, what's it doing? The person next to me witnessed this and saw this themselves. I was looking at it. There was a portal with some eyes in the background, and I was looking like it was like kind of form of hypnotism. And the more I was looking, something was spinning, something was bringing out something, and it was a face, and the face was coming out like that, slowly, slowly, slowly. And I kid you not, I felt a great load of lift of energy trying to come out of my body, and I shit myself. I threw the phone across the room and said, no! Legged it outside the door, and that was it. I actually thought I fucked myself up then. And for years, I've always been trying to tell that story, that I was turning into some kind of face formation. The weird thing about this is like when this was happening, like I'd been here many times before, but I just couldn't remember it. I just can't remember what it is. And still to this day, I don't know what it is. And it's one of the most fascinating things that's ever happened to me in my life, because I was leaving my body to be transported into a face or something. Maybe it's a process center where I'm going to go next. Maybe it is I turn into some kind of face. Anyway, I couldn't go in the house for a long time. I was trying to avoid it, so I was on sessions and going around just here, there and everywhere. When I went home, I remember I seen this a lot more in my curtains, in my wall, in my floor, and there was these big faces everywhere, smiling, looking at me, everywhere. And I was like, oh shit, what are you trying to tell me? What is it? And I was like, thinking in my head, I thought for years, I was like, can these things open you up and you can get out of this, you can get out of this realm by doing these things? Is this the way out? I'm telling the story again right now, how twisted it was. And then obviously I went to see, and then I booked myself in to go and see somebody. And that turned out to be the biggest joke ever, because when I went in there, because I thought I'd fucked myself up, I was sitting there, I wasn't like looking like your average crack dealer with my can like, yeah, no. I sat there, I was smart, waiting for this woman to come out, and she come out like a witch. She had like loads of like frizzy hair, she had like gold trainers. Michael, hi! I remember going in there, so I was like, really? You fucking liars! I was like, you fucking liars! You fucking liar, where you pulled her from? And then when I was in there having a conversation, she was telling my story, she's like, yeah, it was a Glastonbury. I was like, shit, this is candid camera. This is an absolute fucking joke. Anyway, I kind of like listened, and she put me with some people, and I went to see somebody on a Wednesday, and that was for creative people that had visionaries about what they thought the world was and everything. And there were some good people that did some good drawings and stuff. I didn't feel like I was resonating very much there. Came out of that place, and they knew I wasn't great. They even said I wasn't crazy. I wasn't crazy. I just thought, fuck that, I've got to start disconnecting from people now. I'm on a different journey now. I've got to like figure this out. What the fuck have I just seen? What's going on? And I did, and then I took myself away and I moved somewhere nice. I just felt myself changing and for the better. Let me get to the elf bit as well, because this is one of the most amazing things as well as that I've seen. So here I was with me, so there again I was with my iPhone 5 and the sunglass lens, and there I was just hovering it around the garden, and all of a sudden something just glowed right at the camera. I was like, ah! I was like, what? Move the camera away. And it was right there, that big, and it was an elf. An elf, and I didn't even know what it was when I first saw it. I didn't have a fucking clue. And it was radiating this helmet around its head in gold, a big smile on its face. It was covered in gold, but the head was radiating gold. The helmet was radiating gold, and it smiled at me, and it didn't have to speak. It didn't have to say anything. That smile and the way it looked at me had so many things that it was just telling me, it's okay. It's all right. You're not frightened. You're fascinated. I want you to be fascinated with what you're seeing. And in the end, you'll get it. You'll understand. And it just told me so much. And I remember that this same elf, I have still got the pictures of this today. And the reason why, there's a couple of reasons why I do not put these on my wall. I'm not having anybody else taking them pictures. I'm not having anybody else taking those pictures. That elf glowed, that is the picture that I took. And that is a picture for me. It was beautiful, and you never ever write again after you're seeing something like that. Never. It absolutely this is why you have to take yourself away and learn all this shit, because for the average people, they don't understand. They think you fucking cuckoo. This is the stories that I want to share with you. And then we look around at creation, and after all these years I've finally figured it, that they are the creators of this reality and we are linked to them. And people will say, no, the demons. No, are they fuck? No, are they fuck? That's why people, when they go on miracle mushrooms, not magic mushrooms, when you get the good ones, they come and heal you. They'll come and clean that depression and anxiety away from you. They're there to help and make you feel better. And this realm is about love. the more that I learn and the more I get closer to this, the more that I feel I'm resonating inside, and I've got excitement inside of myself. It feels nice. I can't never ever let go of these stories. I can't never let go of these stories. I can only build on them, and I can share them. I can try and share them with you and make you understand that not everything is what it seems. Passion, I could talk about this with compassion for hours because it resonates so well with me, and it feels like I can just glow when I talk about these things because it's just I'm fucking it's just come into this life thinking this was it, and it's not. And oh, it's a funny old world. Nothing's to be feared. You need to find balance and love in this world. Yeah, so love is the law here on this realm, and I'm not about jumping into bed with each other and trying to get each other off. No. No, if you're going to do things, do it with passion. Passion is love. Appreciate your time for listening to this story.